Welcome to the Online Digital Marketing Podcast. We'll be discussing marketing strategies, trends, and tips that will help your business succeed in the digital age. Every episode, we'll be interviewing industry professionals and providing valuable insights on how to leverage digital tools for maximum engagement and ROI. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the latest trends in online marketing.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. As digital marketers, we're always on the lookout for the most effective ways to land those awesome clients.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're diving into today.
So we got some really interesting material from you guys. This time around, focusing on 2 specific methods for client prospecting.
And I have to say, even I learned a thing or two going through these sources.
Right. Me too. I was really impressed. The focus is on cold email outreach and LinkedIn prospecting.
2 methods that might seem pretty different at first glance.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
What's the common thread here?
Well, the thing that really struck me is that they both emphasize direct access to decision makers.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
It's about cutting through the noise of general marketing and getting right to the source. The people who can actually say yes to working with you.
Makes sense. But I have to admit, I've always been a bit skeptical about cold email.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Well, doesn't it just end up in the spam folder? I know, I get tons of those, and I rarely ever open them.
That's a valid concern. Nobody wants their carefully crafted message to get lost in the abyss of a spam folder.
Exactly. So how do you avoid that?
Well, the source material actually addresses that head-on. It provides some really practical tips on how to craft cold emails that stand out and actually get read.
Okay, I'm all ears. Give me the inside scoop.
It all comes down to personalization, relevance, and value. You've got to make sure your outreach is tailored to the specific needs and interests of the person you're contacting.
Right, so it's not about sending out a generic message to everyone on your list.
Exactly. Think about it. You're a learner, right?
Absolutely. Always trying to expand my knowledge.
And what kind of information are you drawn to?
Definitely stuff that's high quality, relevant to my interests, tailored to me.
Exactly. Decision makers are no different. They want to see that you've done your homework and that you understand their specific needs and challenges.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's about treating them like individuals, not just potential leads in a database.
Precisely. And the source even includes a sample cold email that I thought was brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
Instead of starting with a sales pitch, it leads with an acknowledgement of a recent achievement by the company.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like you're starting the conversation by saying, hey, I see you. I recognize your success.
Exactly. It's a way of building rapport and showing that you've taken the time to learn about their business.
You know what? That's a really smart approach. I think people respond well to praise, especially when it feels genuine and not forced.
There's definitely a psychological element at play here. When you acknowledge someone's success, you immediately create a sense of receptiveness.
They're more likely to listen to what you have to say because you've already demonstrated that you value their work.
Exactly. Okay, so that's cold email. But now let's switch gears and talk about LinkedIn.
All right. Bring it on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I always thought of LinkedIn as primarily a platform for job searching.
A lot of people think that,
Right.
but it's so much more than that.
Okay, so how should we be thinking about it?
Think of LinkedIn as a massive networking event where everyone is wearing a digital name tag and openly discussing business.
So it's like a virtual conference for professionals.
Exactly. And with over 774 million users, that's a huge pool of potential clients just waiting to be discovered.
774 million. That's mind-boggling.
It is. But here's the thing. Just like with cold email, you don't want to take a spammy approach on LinkedIn.
So no mass connection request or generic messages?
Nope. The key to success on LinkedIn is to be strategic and intentional. The source really emphasizes the importance of targeted searching, engaging with content, and demonstrating your expertise before you even think about sending a connection request.
So it's almost like a warm-up before you make contact.
You could say that. You want to establish yourself as a valuable resource and build some credibility before you reach out.
Makes sense. So how do you do that? What kind of content should you be engaging with?
Well, the source recommends focusing on content that's relevant to your target audience. Comment on their posts, share their articles, participate in group discussions, basically show that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say.
Right, so it's about building relationships, not just collecting connections.
Exactly. And when you do send a connection request, Make it personal and relevant.
No more of that. I'd like to add you to my professional network nonsense.
Please, no more of that. The source actually provides a great example of a personalized connection request.
Lay it on me. I'm ready.
Instead of a generic message, it references a specific post by the person they're trying to connect with.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So it's like you're saying, hey, I'm not just randomly adding you. I'm reaching out because I actually read your stuff and I found it insightful.
Exactly. It shows that you've taken the time to get to know them and their work, which can go a long way in building trust.
I'm starting to see how these two methods, cold email and LinkedIn, while seemingly different on the surface, actually share a lot of the same underlying principles.
It's all about being strategic, personalized, and value-driven.
You know what? I'm already starting to rethink my entire approach to prospecting.
That's what we like to hear. It's all about continuous improvement, right?
Always. And speaking of improvement, the source also mentions a few tools that can help streamline the process.
Oh, yeah. Those are game changers. Let me tell you about some of my favorites. So there are some really handy tools out there that can help with all this, like Mailshake and Lemlist. Those are great for email outreach.
And what about for LinkedIn? Any favorites there?
Oh, yeah. You've got to check out Sales Navigator. It's a game changer.
I've heard the name, but honestly haven't dug in. What makes it so special?
Well, it takes everything good about LinkedIn and amps it up big time. It gives you super powerful search filters, and the lead recommendations are spot on.
So like if I'm trying to find, let's say, marketing managers at tech startups in Austin, Sales Navigator could help me zero in on exactly those people.
Precisely. It's all about laser focus,
Right.
audience, right message.
That level of targeting would be huge. Save so much time and energy.
Right. Instead of casting a wide net, you're going straight for the ideal clients.
Love it. Okay, so these tools sound amazing for finding the right people, but what about crafting those personalized messages? Can they help with that too?
Some of them offer templates and even automation features, which can be super helpful, especially when you're starting out.
Makes sense. But I'm guessing there's a catch.
There is. The source makes a really important point about not relying too heavily on automation.
I was just thinking about that. Sometimes I get those super generic LinkedIn messages that are clearly automated.
Right. It's like they didn't even glance at your profile.
Exactly. It feels so impersonal, I just ignore them.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what we want. You want your outreach to feel genuine and thoughtful, not like a robot took over your keyboard.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between efficiency and authenticity.
You nailed it.
Wow.
Use the tools to streamline the process, absolutely. But don't let them take over the human element.
The human touch is key after all. We're trying to build relationships, not just fire off automated messages into the void.
Couldn't agree more. And speaking of keeping things human, the source emphasizes the importance of tracking your results.
Makes perfect sense. You can't improve what you don't measure right.
Exactly. Both cold email and LinkedIn prospecting are very measurable methods. You can track open rates, response rates, connection requests accepted. It's all there.
All that data can provide some serious insights into what's working and what's not.
Absolutely. And you know what? That reminds me of something.
Yes, sir.
This whole idea of tracking progress and adapting your approach. It's not just for marketing. It's like any learning journey.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like when I'm trying to learn a new skill, I'm always checking in with myself.
Yeah.
Seeing what's clicking, what needs more work.
Exactly. It's all about continuous learning and refinement. And, if there's one thing I've learned about our listeners, it's that they value continuous learning.
They're definitely a curious and driven bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So to recap what we've learned so far, it seems like successful prospecting, whether it's through cold email or LinkedIn, boils down to being direct, personalized, and value-driven.
You got quality over quantity every single time.
It's not about blasting out generic messages and hoping for the best.
Right. It's about being strategic, targeting the right people with the right message at the right time.
And remembering that there's a real human being on the other side of that screen.
Always. And speaking of real human beings, there's something else I wanted to touch on. One final thought from the source that really resonated with me. It's not explicitly stated, but it got me thinking. It's this idea that the principles we've been talking about, being personalized, offering value, showing genuine interest, they don't just apply to business development.
I was thinking the same thing. It's like this approach could work in all sorts of situations.
Exactly. It's about building relationships, period. Whether you're networking for your career or trying to land a new client or even just connecting with someone on a personal level.
It's about making people feel seen and heard and valued.
Think about it. When someone takes the time to really understand you, your work, your ideas, doesn't it make you more open to what they have to say?
Absolutely. It's like they've earned my attention because they've shown me that they care.
Exactly. It all comes back to that human connection.
So what we've learned about prospecting could actually help us become better communicators and relationship builders in all areas of our lives.
That's a fantastic insight. It's amazing how these principles can transcend specific industries or professions.
They're universal. It's like we've stumbled upon a secret formula for human connection.
I love that analogy. And who knows? Maybe this deep dive will inspire you to rethink your approach to communication even outside the realm of marketing.
I have a feeling it will. For me, those specific examples in the source material, the email, the LinkedIn connection request, they really brought these principles to life.
Absolutely. Those examples are pure gold. They show you exactly how to personalize your message, highlight your value proposition, and make a lasting impression.
It's all about learning from the best and adapting those strategies to fit your own unique style and your target audience.
And remember, prospecting is a journey, not a destination. It's an ongoing process of learning, refining, and adapting.
So be patient, be persistent, and most importantly, stay curious.
Well said. It's been a pleasure exploring this with you. And to our listener, remember, the most important thing is to be yourself. Be genuine, and always strive to provide value in every interaction.
Because at the end of the day, people connect with people.
And that's what makes all the difference.
Until next time, happy prospecting, everyone.
Ready to take your online business to the next level? Subscribe to our digital marketing podcast and then join our Accountability for Success Mastermind. With expert advice from industry leaders, you'll gain knowledge and insights that will help you succeed in today's digital marketing world. From social media strategies to search engine optimization, we have all the tools you need. Learn from successful entrepreneurs and take control of your online success. Join the Accountability for Success Mastermind now at bit.ly/AFSM podcast.